Stop number 20 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to the third and final road course race of the season, as we are here for at the beautiful Finger Lakes region of upstate New York. It's the running of the Budweiser at the Glen at Watkins Glen Raceway, as 14 laps are on the agenda today on this 2.454 mile road course. And here's your starting lineup. On the pole, it is Charles Sanford in car 71, the Big Apple Markets Chevrolet. He's alongside Raphael LeDuc, the Pepsi 400 winner, in car 17, the Western Auto Chevrolet. Second row is Jessica Shelton in car number 9, the Coors Milling Ford. She's alongside number 55, Chris Dollerton, the winner of the 600 at Charlotte this season. Jessica was winner at Riverside. Going to row number 3, it's car number 2, Dylan Young in the Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac, and number 42, Kyle Matthews. Both of them carry in-car cameras, along also with Jessica Shelton. She also carries the camera in today's event. Going to the 4th row, it's car number 1, Trent Dunham in the Skull Classic Oldsmobile, and car number 52, Seth Cole in the Alka-Seltzer Pontiac. Trent came oh so close in the Brickyard 400 last race of the Tour. Next row down is car 94, Dylan Poteet, the Sunoco Ultra Oldsmobile, and number 73, that is the car of Carson Gunn, the winner this season at Darlington. Next row down is number 3, GM Chevrolet Cole Beaver, the winner of the season of the winner of the Daytona 500. He's alongside number 98, Matt McIntyre in the Banquet Frozen Food Chevrolet. Next row down is car number 15, Quentin Moore, the Motorcraft Ford. He's alongside number 25, Colin Cropley in the Kodiak Chevrolet. Next row down has a pair of Motor Oil Company cars here. Joshua Osborne, the Quaker State Buick car 26, and number 30, the Pennzoil Pontiac of Zachary Fitzwater. Next row down is number 5, Austin Reed, who had a great run in the Brickyard 400. He's flanked by number 22, that is Mitchell Hodak, winner this season at Richmond. Next row down is number 20. That's number 90, Caleb Fogler, and beside him will be car number 4, William Brock. Next row down has the Batsons, Kat in car number 11, and Keith in 28. Kat won her twice this season. She won the Winston 500 at Talladega, and she also won the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis. Next row down is number 27, Daniel Voiles, and number 20, Rob Evans, both in driving Rob Moroso owned Oldsmobiles. Next row down has number 24, Phil Parker, the Team 3 Racing Pontiac. Nearly won the Brickyard 400, but got passed late in the going of that race, unfortunately for Phil. He's flanked by the winner of the second Pocono race this season, Laura Chung in 75. Next row is 43, Mike Becker in the STP Pontiac, and number 68, that is Ben Cohen. Next row down is number 49, Reggie Fogelman, and number 12, Ryan George. That's Nathan Ormond in 33, and number 8, the winner at Atlanta this season, Noah Sewell. Excuse me. Next row down has another 2-time winner, Alexander Rowe, in car number 10, the Purelator Chevrolet. He won this season at the first Pocono race. He also won at the second Talladega race this season. He's flanked by car number 6, Cody McGurk, the Folgers Ford. Next row down has number 7, Aubrey Scott, and number 66, Eric Monaco, who had a great Brickyard 400 himself as well, too. Next row down is Tori Gossett, the winner of the season at Martinsville in 21, and she's flanked by number 19. It's Jackson Haywood, and starting shotgun is Ryan Bromber, the winner this season at Michigan in car number 18. So 4 drivers have won twice this season so far, so we're starting to get some more multi-time winners here this season. Kyle Matthews won at Rockingham and Sonoma, while we mentioned Alexander Rowe won the first Pocono race and the second Talladega race this season. Joshua Osborne won at North Wilkesboro and Dover. And then also you got, excuse me, I'm trying to think who else has won twice this season so far. But anyway, Kat Batson won the first Talladega race, and she also won in Indianapolis. So 4 drivers have won twice this season so far. So we're starting to see some more multi-time winners here so far. We've had 15 different winners in the first 19 races this season so far. And here comes the command, the Fardy engines here today at Watkins Glen.
3, 2, 1. Gentlemen, start your engines.
pace car leads the field around for the pace up. Pace up will be back from the start of the race right after this. They're heading down off through turn numbers between turns 10 and 11. They're going through turn 11 right now. Watkins Glen has given us some pretty good racing here. We saw some good racing at Indianapolis. We expect to see some great racing here today at the Glen. Pace car comes on the pit road. Charles Sanford and Raphael Leduc leads into the start finish line. Green flag flies. And the Budweiser at the Glen is on. Let's go road racing. Charles Sanford gets the jump into turn number 1 here as they go in, as they come off that first corner. See if everybody makes it through cleanly. They do as they come in and start as they come in turn number 1. And look at that number 9, Jessica Shelton. We call her the Queen of the Road, and she's won one of the road courses this season. She won a season at Riverside. And Jessica Shelton from 3rd starting position goes to the lead. And here comes Dylan Young to the inside lane here. Dylan Young, you remember a couple of seasons back here, Jessica Shelton and Dylan Young, that last lap battle for the win. And here he comes home, Shelton, he's going to beat on her as they go into turn number 1. Dylan Young and Shelton are side by side. They go into turn number 4. They come on turn number 4. Dylan Young's trying to stay at pull ahead of her. It's a drag race into the inner loop right now. Here comes David. He's behind Dylan Young. Side by side in the inner loop. Young in the 2. Shelton and Dylan Young takes the lead and by about a bumper going into turn number 9. Dylan Young looking for a second victory of the season. Shelton looking for her 4th. They come down the backstretch one more time. Here comes Jess to the inside of Dylan. Side by side to turn number 10. One more turn to go. Dylan's got the preferred curve to the inside. Off of turn number 11 they come. They're side by side to the start finish line. Will it be Shelton or Young to the lead? It is Shelton. Probably the best road course race we've ever had in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. Yeah, that was quite a good finish that happened that day at the Glen. That really was. And I'll tell you. But anyway, Shelton now leads this race here as Dylan Young goes to 2nd position. Here Stanford drops to 3rd, and now battle for 4th between Raphael Leduc and Trent Dunham. And Dylan Young gets off the wall, come off that 11th corner, and that's going to cost him a few spots here. So that kind of tells you a little bit that the 11th corner is going to be a bit of a tricky process that happens here. And we've seen the drivers wall scrape off that 11th corner quite a bit here at the Glen. Jessica Shelton has already pulled away by quite a bit at this juncture of the racer so far. And we're just only on the 2nd lap of this racer. So that tells you Jessica's got a very fast race car here today. But that 11th corner, we're gonna keep an eye on there as this race goes on. Trent Dunham goes to 2nd position here. Shelton leading him down through the inner loop. That's turns 5, 6, 7, and 8 here. And Daniel Foyles has dropped back to the last position right there after starting about middle of the pack here. So something has probably gone awry with this number 27 Rob Morosa Memorial Oldsmobile. Raphael Leduc now inside of Dylan Poteet for position here as now Kyle Matthews pulls up behind the 17 machine. There's the view from inside Kyle Matthews' machine as he and Seth Cole go toe-to-toe with each other. And Kyle breaks it into turn number 3, or turn number 1 I should say, right there. And never shifted in the 4th gear though. And you don't see that very often that Watkins Glen are going into turn number 1. Usually they're going the 4th gear briefly before they go into turn number 1, much like they do at going into turn 7 at Sonoma, where we were at a little bit earlier this season. Kyle slams it down in the 4th gear, 150 miles an hour coming off turn number 4. And up to 166 miles an hour heading into the inner loop. Goes the number 42 Mellow Yellow Pontiac. Kyle right now running, has lost a couple spots since we went on board with him here. We lost those spots to Seth Cole, Cole Deaver, and Austin Reed. And now Caleb Fogler moves up on the back of Kyle's car. Meantime, the 5 of Austin Reed goes inside of Cole Deaver for the late for position. We'll see what position that's for here. Deaver had the back way off for some inexplicable reason. Matthews and I should say Austin Reed that time by up to 9th position. Deaver drops to 10th and Matthews drops to 11th. And meantime, battle for the lead, Trent Dunham goes to the top spot in car number 1. So Trent in the Skull Classic Oldsmobile, not known as a road racer himself though. Trenton is neither, I should say, but here he is leading this race here. That black and white number 1 here, as we mentioned, just almost won the Brickyard 400. I tell you, that last lap would have been under green at Indy. He probably would have had something for Cat Batson on the last lap of that race, though, and he was waiting to see what was going to happen until the yellow flag flew, as the leaders were just a few hundred feet to the white flag. So I mean that. So unfortunate circumstance as far as that finish was concerned, though, but still nonetheless a good day for Trent, finishing second in that race. But he ups that by 1 here today at the Glen. As he comes off that 11th corner right now, let's see what happens here. Nobody scrapes off that corner right there. Shelton to 2nd position. 3rd, I believe, is now is Dollarton. And here comes Charles Sanford to the inside of Chris Dollarton for position. That's for 3rd. Charles was the pole sitter for the event. And now Charles goes inside of Jessica Shelton and just about collided with that number 9 car. We'll see how everybody makes it through the inner loop here at Watkins Glen Raceway. A lot of drivers getting up on that curbing here at this track here. And now Dunham pulls way ahead of Shelton for position, or for the lead right now. And now Jessica's got Chris Dollarton battling with her as they come through turn number 11. Dollarton, whoa, Shelton got a little bit squirrely off that 11th corner. And Dollarton goes toe-to-toe now with that 9 car for the 2nd position. He's got it for the time being, but Jessica trying to outbreak him in the turn number 1. And the interval's now up to 1.45 seconds between 1st and 2nd. But Jessica floors the throttle on that Pontiac, and whoa, Sanford and Dollarton. Charles goes into the wall in turn number 3. Boy, if that wall hadn't been there, Charles would have been a goner on this track for sure. I say he and Chris is going to have a little bit of talk about that in the garage area after that one right there, but that dropped Charles between now the 73 of Carson Gum and the 26 of Joshua Osborne. And Charles was running in 4th position when that all happened too, and now Dylan Poteet up from nowhere goes to 3rd place in the number 94 Sunoco Oldsmobile. Dollarton goes to 4th in the battle for 5th between Dylan Young and Raphael LeDuc in car 17 there as they come out there. Whoa! And LeDuc almost got turned by Dylan Young. And LeDuc just about got into the inside retaining wall separating the track from pit road. And now the 52 of Seth Cullen and Austin Reed now battle for position. I think that's for 5th. So you got several drivers leaning on each other coming off the corners, the end of the corners, and I tell you about every place elsewhere. So good racing happening here today at Watkins Glen International, and this race is now almost approaching the halfway point. It's almost 7, as we are almost 7 laps into the race. That's halfway home. here at the Glen as you jump inside with Dylan Young in car number 2, running in 5th position right now. Actually, I think he might even be 4th, actually, because he's running behind Poteet. Yeah, he is. He's in 4th position, actually, right now, so I'm mistaken on that one. As you look at the 3 cars up ahead, Shelton still trying to catch Trent Dunham for the lead, and Dylan Poteet almost gets the wall, come off turn number 11, as does Young. And Jessica is now right there on Trent Dunham now, as she's made it all up as far as the interval is concerned here. And now let's see if Poteet and as those two hoping to settle it up amongst themselves and hope to not let the Dylans into it as well too. We'll see how much Poteet and Young can close up on the front 2 cars here as we approach as we are 7 into the books and 7 to go here at Watkins Glen. But it's the battle for the lead right now between Trent Dunham in number 1 and Jessica Shelton in 2nd position. And ooh, Jessica really drove it in hard that time by here to go off turn number 10. Turn number 9, excuse me. And she's on the back bumper of that number 1 car. And Jessica's going to duck inside in turn number 10, and she's got him. And oh, something's wrong with Trent Dunham's car. He's coming to pit road. Oh no! Trent Dunham, the number 1 Skull Classic Oldsmobile, is coming on pit road. Who was leading this race, and oh man, I tell you, it looked like he had a good car. Looked like he had a shot to possibly win this race, and I don't know what happened to that number 1 car. We'll see if he brings it to the attention of the Skull crew. And tire failure on the number 1 machine as he's coming in for 2 tires on. They're going to go for 4. That is really going to kill Trent Dunham right there. Green flag pit stop here and late in the going right there, and that's pretty much just shot Trent's chances of winning all the shambles right now as he comes off pit road here. And I tell you, that is a killer too, to have him make a pit stop under green at any track. It's a killer on any track. And Cole Deaver, something went wrong with that number 3 car as well too. He evidently had an unscheduled stop himself too. So 2 of the top contenders having trouble here today at the Glen. And that is going to be big-time killer for Cole Deaver, because he came in this race with a huge points lead over second-place runner, I think, Rafael LeDuc, 2nd place right now in the points here. And LeDuc is going to have a points harvest if he stays where he's at, or even improves his position on the racetrack. So that is going to be a big game for Rafael LeDuc, maybe if he stays where he's at though. And Deaver right now dropping to 39th position. Trent Dunham, I think Trent right now is 39th. I think Deaver's going to be 40th, or Deaver's going to be 38th probably at this point though. But still, that's a killer for the points leader coming into this event here. But still plenty of racing to go. This is light race number 20 on the season. And we have 11 more after this race here, before starting with the race at Michigan Speedway for the Champion Spark Plug 400, which is next on the schedule. And it's all oval races from here on out, because we mentioned it's the 3rd and final road course race of the season here in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, and the final one till we get to Sonoma, next race in the next season, for season 36. But right now, Dylan Poteet is wanting a win here, because here he is closed up on Jessica Shelton. He's now a 1/4 of a second back of the leader. On board Jessica Shelton's car, running as leader, but she better not look in her rearview mirror, because she has caught a mirror full of Dylan Poteet right now. And Jessica slams it down to the 4th gear. 152 miles an hour come off the 4th corner. 164 miles an hour into the inner loop, and down through there about just a little over 100 miles an hour. For turn number 9, puts it back up in the 3rd gear. Off that 9th corner right there, foot flat to the floor. Shuts it down in the 4th gear, but only briefly because they're going into turn number 10 right now, up the 3rd gear. Up to about 122 miles an hour into turn number 11. Still in 3rd gear position right there, and she keeps it very gingerly off that 3rd corner here. But Poteet's right there, dragging us for the lead with now 3 laps remaining. Jessica Shelton being attacked by the Dillons. Young in 2 and Poteet in 94, and Poteet is going to go to the lead. Been a long time since Dylan Poteet, who is the Season 1 champion of this series, has won a race in this series, and he is looking to possibly do this. Maybe possibly get a win here, but we still got 2.5 laps in this race there to see what he can do in these final 2.5 laps. But Jessica Shelton, you got to know she may have 1 shot left in her arsenal right now, and so does Dylan Young in that number 2 car. Question is, what's going to happen when you get down to the final laps of this racer? Who's going to make the move? As we explained at Riverside, it takes a lot of finesse to drive around on these road courses. Poteet, the number 94 Sunoco Oldsmobile out in front. The Coors Light Chevrolet Coors Light Ford, of Jessica Shelton in the 2nd place, and the Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac Dylan Young in 3rd. 4th is Seth Cohen, number 52, and Rafael Leduc up to 5th position now as he's gotten past Chris Thornton. But here comes Jessica closing up to the back of Poteet once again. I think we're fixing to find out what's going to happen on the final lap, which is this time, which are coming the white. They'll be coming the white flag this time by. Down the long straightaway here, we're connecting turns 9 and 10 here to see who outbreaks who there. Poteet leads him in that 10th corner here. Shelton still right there. Dylan Young right there as well too. There, Dylan Young waiting to abate if something happens here. As they come up that last corner, the white flag flies. 1 lap remaining. Will it be Poteet? Will it be Shelton? Will it be Young? Who will it be at the Glen? Off turn number 1 here, Poteet keeping it smooth at this point. Here comes Jessica to the low side for the lead. Through the S's, turns 2, there's turn 3. Poteet pulls back ahead. Shelton keeps the draft on Poteet right there, keeps the pressure on him. Off the 4th corner, into the inner loop. That's turns 5, 6, 7, and 8. Ooh, Jessica swung that one wide going through that inner loop here. That may have been her try. Poteet pulls back ahead just a little bit there. Dylan Young trying to push Shelton back up to the back bumpers. They come up that 9th corner. 2 more turns left to go. Been a long time since Dylan Poteet, the man from the state of Kentucky, has been to victory lane in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. He's got 1 turn left to go off the 11th corner. See what happens off the 11th corner. He gets a little bit loose with there. Shelton makes 1 more run at it, but it's not going to happen, and the butt of the Glen goes to Dylan Poteet. He wins at Watkins Glen. What a final lap that was, and a great battle between 3 really good drivers, and it's the number 94 Sunoco Ultra Oldsmobile Dylan Poteet, becoming the 16th different winner in this series in the first 20 races of the season. And it's been a long time since he's won a race, though, but he has done it here today. I tell you, he had to earn that to scrapping. Here, Poteet usually a nice guy, but he could scrap like a badger when he drives. And boy, he had to against Jessica Shelton and Dylan Young. That was quite a finish here. Average speed 122.543, the average speed of this race. As this race ended caution-free, just tremendous racing here today. Rest of the finishing order here. We mentioned Jessica Shelton, a hard-fought second-place finish. I thought she had him. I thought she had Poteet a couple of times in that last lap, possibly, but Poteet just had to keep it. But Poteet did what he needed. But Poteet did what he needed to do to keep her behind him. Dylan Young comes home in third position. Fourth will go to Seth Cole. Rafael LeDuc. Oh, what a points harvest he's going to get, though, after the problems that Cole Deaver had. LeDuc comes home in fifth position. Chris Stollerton sixth. Austin Reed comes home seventh. Caleb Vogler with a nice eighth place finish. Ninth will go to Joshua Osborne. And Kyle Matthews rounds out the top 10. 11th will go to Quentin Moore. 12th will go to Carson Gunn. Matt McIntyre 13th. Charles Sanford, the pole sitter, comes home 14th. After scraping the wall, come off turn number 11, or actually got put in the wall in turn 3, excuse me, by Chris Dollerton. Laura Chung 15th, 16th will go to Mitchell Hodak, Zachary Fitzwater 17th, solid day for that 30 team. Cat Batson 18th, Mike Becker 19th, and Keith Batson comes home in 20th. 21st, Colin Cropley, Ben Cohen, Rob Evans, Alexander Rowe, Aubrey Scott, Noah Sewell, Reggie Fogelman, William Brock, Jackson Haywood, and Ryan George, the top 30 in this race here. Then Phil Parker, Cody McGirt, Nathan Orman, Ryan Brummer, Tori Gossett, Eric Monaco, Daniel Voiles, Trent Dunham, and Cole Deaver dead last in this race here. So my mistake on that one. I thought when Dunham hit it for 4 tires, I thought Deaver was gonna take advantage of and to not finish dead last in the race. But unfortunately for Cole, that's not the case right there. As he ends up last, and Trent Dunham holds out to finish. Well, next to last in this race. So, anyway, that will do it here today at Watkins Glen Raceway. Congratulations once again to Dylan Poteet, the big winner here today at Watkins Glen. One of the NNSCRA veterans and one of the Tweenix guys, too, I might add, too. You know, back when he was teammates with Seth Cole, Trent Dunham, and Sean Galligan. Or actually, not Sean Galligan, but Sean Hanley and those guys. So, that's how far back that Poteet goes. So the man from the western end of Kentucky takes the victory here today. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on the channel. We got inner races, we got gaming videos, we got inner online videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA Seth Cole desires to have for his channel. Be sure to check out Seth Sturr Cup Series, the main series on this channel. If you want in on future seasons of Seth Series, be sure to get with Seth. If you want in on future seasons of Seth Series, be sure to get with Seth and he'll get you going. And also check out our other two channels that does NNSCRA offline. That channel being X86753985AX. That's Dylan Young's channel, the man who does the NNSCRA Spectrum Mobile Cup Series. And also check out the channel We the Coasters. That's a channel done by both Dylan Young and Kyle Matthews. If you are a roller coaster slash theme park slash amusement park fan, then We the Coasters is a channel for you. And also subscribe to this channel you're watching right here, the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel, for some cool stuff as well too. And you will not regret doing stuff. So that will do it here today at Watkins Glen. And for now, this is James Paulson in production of the NNSCRA, celebrating 11 years of offline racing at its best. We'll see you at Michigan Speedway for the Champion Spark Plug 400.